My neighbor's house has been empty for 3 years. Someone turned the lights on last night. The house next door has been abandoned for 3 years. Last night at exactly 2 a.m., every single light in that house turned on at the same time. The power has been disconnected since 2023. The Hendersons moved out in the summer of 2023. Their teenage daughter Maya had gone missing in the spring, and after 6 months of no answers, no leads, and no closure, they simply couldn't live there anymore. I understood. I watched them pack their car one gray morning and drive away without looking back once. The house sat empty after that. No for sale sign, no rental listing, just dark windows and a lawn that slowly stopped being a lawn and started being something wilder. My dog Buster refused to go near the fence on that side of the yard from the very first week. I figured he could smell the emptiness. Turns out he could smell something else entirely. Last Tuesday, I woke up at 2 a.m. to Buster barking in a way I had genuinely never heard from him before. Not the "I heard a noise" bark, not the "there is a squirrel" bark, something lower and more desperate, like a warning from an animal that understands more about danger than we do. I stumbled to my bedroom window half asleep and looked out. Every light in the Henderson house was on. Living room, kitchen, the 2 upstairs bedrooms, the hallway, and the attic. A small window near the roof line that I had never once seen lit up in the 5 years I'd lived next door. I stood there frozen for probably 10 seconds before I grabbed my phone and called 911. While I was on hold, I kept watching the house. A shadow moved across the upstairs right window, slow and deliberate, not like someone pacing or searching, more like someone making sure they could be seen. The shadow stopped directly in the center of the window and didn't move again. Police arrived in 8 minutes. I watched them enter from my window. They were inside for almost 30 minutes. When the officer came back to speak with me, he looked genuinely unsettled, which is not something I expected from a uniformed police officer doing a welfare check at 2 a.m. He told me they found no one inside, no signs of forced entry, no signs of anyone having been there recently. And then he told me something that made my stomach drop completely. The power to that property had been disconnected and physically removed in October 2023. There were no live electrical connections in that house. There was no possible explanation for the lights. I couldn't sleep for the rest of that night. In the morning, I pulled up my doorbell camera footage from 2 a.m. and watched it 3 times.